Hello friends, this is Sanjay Arora from New Delhi, India. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Legally Determined. Today we will discuss the concept of the doctrine of marshalling under section 56 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882. Marshalling by subsequent purchaser. Marshalling can be understood with the following example. A owns two properties X and Y and mortgages these two properties in favor of B for a loan of 1 lakh rupees. A later sells property X to C for a consideration of 1 lakh rupees. A does not repay the loan to B and B causes the property to be sold with the help of the court. Here C can claim that the debt of 1 lakh rupees that A owes to B should be satisfied out of the sale of the property Y, and the property X that has passed to C should not be made the subject matter of sale. The property X was also the security kept with the mortgagee B. Marshalling is possible where the debt can be satisfied out of the other properties. If the debt cannot be satisfied with the help of the other properties, marshalling will not be permissible. Marshalling cannot arise unless there is a common debtor. In the instant case, A is the common debtor and more than one property X and Y is kept as a security for the repayment of the loan. Who can avail marshalling? The principle is applicable to involuntary sales, though an execution purchaser cannot avail marshalling. Second, the principle of marshalling does not apply as between two purchasers and both are to contribute relatively to the satisfaction of the original charge. Essentials of marshalling. The owner of two or more properties mortgages them to one person. Second, the owner then sells one or more of the properties to another person. The buyer is, in the absence of a contract to the contrary, entitled to have the mortgaged debt satisfied out of the property or properties not sold to him so far as the same will extend. The phrase so far as the same will extend means so far as the property or properties not sold to the purchaser will suffice to satisfy the mortgage debt. Thus, if three properties are mortgaged to M and subsequently one of them is sold and the mortgage money amounts to 50,000 rupees, the purchaser is entitled that the other two properties should be sold first, and only in case the sale proceeds are insufficient to satisfy in full the said mortgage money, then and then only the purchaser's property should be put to sale. Fourth, but not so as to prejudice the rights of the mortgagee or persons claiming under him. Fifth, or of any other person who has for consideration acquired an interest in any of the properties. Contract to the contrary. The charge on the unsold property may be excluded by an express or even an implied contract to the contrary, not only as between a mortgager and a mortgagee, but also as between a mortgager and a purchaser. Section 56 of the Transfer Property Act 1882 was embodied in its present form in 1929. The principle of Section 56 is applicable to charges also. So, we have dwelled on the concept of the doctrine of marshalling under Section 56 of the Transfer Property Act. Thanks for watching this video. Please do share, like and comment my channel. Many thanks to you for watching. Break a leg.